This video is sponsored by BlueStack. Yo folks, and welcome to the channel. My name is Borg. In today's video, we'll be talking about a reroll guide for Revive Witch. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. First things being is type multi right here, and you're gonna click BlueStack's multi 5 instance manager, all right? And the first things you can see is I have a Revive Witch master. It's gonna look a lot like this. Now, next things I want us to do is open 2 instances of the cloned Revive Witch Master, and then go ahead and click this icon right here, sync the operation so both of the clones can essentially operate together. We're gonna go here into settings and open it up. And what I wanna show you is that Revive Witch is at 1.2 gigs. So that's going to be the base file size for Revive Witch. You're gonna go ahead and open it. And what I want us to account for is this is an empty copy. So you can't do the clear data method in order to actually reroll in Revive Witch. You actually have to have an empty account. And as you can see here, it's going to tell us to download 1.6 megabytes or 1.7 megabytes of the game. All right, so you're going to be presented with this area once the game is done loading. Go ahead and click skip right here. That way you can be brought to the main menu. And as you're going through this, just note that you can roll more instances on BlueStack's multi-instance manager. And what's really cool is once you get through this, you'll actually get a lot of rerolls. So just go into guest right here, hit agree, and then hit confirm right here. And then essentially you can see both of the accounts have different IDs. The most important part that you need to know is that even though this reroll takes a while, you have to download the game, you are given 100 rolls. So this is going to be the tutorial phases. Essentially, you're just walking around and getting familiar with the controls. And I love like the attention to detail as you're going through this. Just note the more instances that you have, the more reroll chances that you will also have. So I recommend if you have it on PC, you can essentially do this. For any mobile users, you're gonna have to do the methods where, shared prefs and all that, but that's for another video, and I'll leave comments down in the description in case you guys wanna check that out. Really quick, let's go ahead and talk about the gameplay. I really love it in this game because you can actually cast things based off of the time elapsed in the game. So there's gonna be a lot of real-time activity in case you wanna play in manual mode. Of course, playing in manual mode will be much more efficient because you get to decide which skills are casted. I don't really recommend playing on auto unless you have a really godly team or you're not fighting difficult enemies. This is something that I want us to take into account. Alright, so this is going to be one of the first summons that you get in the game. Just note that this is uncontrollable. You can't actually reroll this portion. So it's just going to be a guaranteed healer and a guaranteed tank that will join you initially. And are they good? No, not really, but they will get you through the game, so that's what's important. And they are SRs. You can use the base SR team. That's like why they provide them in order to get through the game. So, re-rolling and all that stuff, it's up to you at the end of the day. One thing that I do want to point out while you're re-rolling, there's going to be like this chest or map icon that you can see at the top right. So essentially you can gauge where the chests are or how many chests that you have collected based off of, it says 2 out of 2. Now we have all of the chests in the thing, and we can essentially move about through the game. You don't have to read everything. It's just something to take into account while you're re-rolling so you get the maximum amount of rewards. And yes, these little like glowy thingies, they do count as a chest. The game's pretty good about the tutorial, just going through these phases. I like it a lot. Pretty immersive compared to a majority of gacha. I love it when you get into this section where you can control multiple party members, because it just makes it so that you can actually see the differences in gameplay, where certain characters will be AoE, certain characters that can do heals and all that stuff. And now we are finally presented with the summon screen right here. So right here it says these are the only 4 UR characters that you can reroll for. Finally gotten to the fun part where we can talk about the actual reroll. So this is going to be your 10 summon right here, and just note you can skip the animations in case you don't want to watch it all. And now you can perform another 10 roll. So one thing to note is that only these 4 characters, these 4 URs can be rolled for in this initial summon. So you got that right. And you can also get as many summons as you want out of the 99 out of 100 that you have. So if you hit summon again, you can essentially go through this process. What you want is the rainbow icon, or like the rainbow colors essentially going on. And let's just watch the summon animation so you guys can see what it sort of looks like. You can see gold represents the fact that you will get a gold or SSR character. Just note that SSR is not the highest rarity, but as you can see, this is what we get. Let's go ahead and summon again one more time so we can do it a little bit more differently. So our top account right here actually gets a rainbow, so that's going to be pretty cool. And let's see, who do we get for this one account? And it should be a UR of some sort. Oh, we got a fallen, so that one's pretty good, but we didn't get an SSR to match this. let's celebrate really quick by talking about today's sponsor, BlueStacks. BlueStacks 5 is designed for blazing fast speed and high octane action. It packs a punch with mega performance upgrades and has faster performance than any other high-end Android device or Android platform. With significantly faster boosts, install, launch times, core gamers can now look forward to amazing gameplay experiences for performance-hungry RPG, strategy, and other games. Just note that we have used multi-instance manager to essentially perform multiple rerolls at once. We are using like the control editor, we're doing sync permissions. You can also use like this trim memory function, so we freed up some memory right there. You can also apply eco mode so that you use less memory while playing and using BlueStacks. Just note that BlueStacks is also going to have shared tech performance overall. You can lower your RAM usage, your GPU usage, your CPU usage. BlueStacks, one of my favorite Android emulators to use as of late. So let's go ahead and jump back into the summons right here. Let's see if we get a little bit lucky, and just note that sometimes you will be presented with like, hey, are you sure you want to reroll this account even though you got a UR? Yes, you do. You just keep going forward. And as you can see, ooh, look at this. The bottom account actually managed to get a rainbow. Just so you guys can see like the summon change, there's nothing much really. Ooh, we actually got Mayuel on the bottom account, so that is pretty pog. Wow. Okay, this one is actually a keeper. So let's go ahead and talk about the account that we actually would want to keep. So go over here. So this is going to be like my spreadsheets and stuff, and this is going to be a tier list. Yes, the tier list is subjective. The person who created this, huge kudos to them, because they already say every team, or there's a lot of viable options for the compositions of your teams. So just know a Fallen is up top with Mayuel and Ushpia. Now the reason why Mayuel is up top is because she's going to be dealing damage to 3 enemies. She also has a magic defense reduction, and she can also increase her attack. Not to mention, she can also heal all allies for 15% of her attack. Now just know a Fallen is also pretty good. So the reason why is because she can generate a shield, she can become immune to damage for 2 seconds, and then she can also increase everyone's physical and magical defense by 54%, which is huge. And then with Holy Radiance right here, she can deal magic damage equal to 300% to her attack to all enemies, dispel their buffs, and reduce their magic defense by 40% for 10 seconds. Not to mention, her passive will allow her to cast Holy Radiance, her skill 2, much more frequently. So now that we've covered Fallen and Mayuel, let's go ahead and talk about Ushpia right here. She's gonna be pretty great because she has this poison capability. In fact, I would actually not keep this account because I didn't get Ushpia. I think Ushpia is actually a lot better than Mayuel, mostly because she can actually deal damage stacks over time. That's just going to speak volumes as to, someone like Mayuel down here, because all she can do is deal straight damage. I feel like with Ushpia, you have more potential because you guys saw earlier with the gameplay, there's going to be a lot of leeway time where essentially your characters aren't going to be doing anything. Just note, we can also do other factors where you can claim your mailbox right here and essentially do more rolls with this summon right here. But before we jump back into the game, there's one more thing that I want to take a note of. My Nier right here is also a premier magic DPS that you want. She's going to be single target based, so you actually want her. She's going to be the best single target in the entire game. But let's go ahead and talk about what you need to do, or post steps, after you've acquired the character that you want. Alright, so we're on this account right here. Go ahead and click confirm in case you want to keep the account. I think this account is pretty decent, so it's going to say leave feedback and all that stuff. We're just going to go ahead and jump back. It's going to talk about how you can essentially, have your new doll. You can do some enhancements and stuff. We're essentially going to skip these parts and go to like the actual phases so that we can do like the full reroll process. Alright, so just go ahead and click back. Just note that the mail section has not yet been unlocked. So even though you can stop the process from jumping into the stage, you still have to go through everything before you can unlock the mail and get one more summon. Just know it is worth it, and the reason for that is because you're going to be provided a crystal that will actually allow you to summon on the My Nier banner. And in case you guys are wondering how do I know that, if I actually jump into my spreadsheets right here, you can see that there is going to be the claim mail section that I circled in the red right here, and then essentially you'll get this crystal to actually do a multi, and eventually you'll also unlock the ability to get the code. Let's go ahead and just jump back into the gameplay just so you guys can see where you need to go in order to unlock that feature. I believe you have to at least get to 1-3 in order to unlock the mail in all the sections, but let's go ahead and just go through that so you guys can see it. And one thing to note while you're configuring your characters, don't forget to also jump into here and unlock their abilities. That way they can have more than one skill for the newer characters that you do acquire. And then you can also do like an auto edit where it puts all the characters for you. Let's go ahead and start our adventure right here. Let's go through this. This process right here, technically you could have stopped the reroll already. This is, I guess, the more long-term reroll in case you want to go for Mynheer. Like you already got like 2 SSRs that you wanted. You want to go above and beyond for your reroll process. So this is what I'm showcasing. I don't recommend rerolling to this point because it's fairly time consuming. But, you know, Mynheer would technically future-proof your account for an insanely long time in case you want to reroll in this way. Oop, don't forget the chesties right here. Thank you very much. You really want that mana in order to get through the game really quickly because as you saw earlier, like my characters were leveled and stuff. So let's go ahead and acquire this bit of info. This will probably give us like some mana and some stories right there. Main story, collect like this mirror shards. This character is pretty cool. And then you sort of talk to her. There's lots of dialogue in this game in case you guys are curious because this is heavily story driven. It sort of makes sense because this is going to be, I guess, more of an RPG style game. Not a lot of gachas like do this sort of style where you actually talk between the characters. It's heavily immersive and reminds me of like the Tales of Cristoria sort of deal where you actually got to interact with the characters. Not a lot of gachas focus on like these story aspects, which I greatly appreciate for Revive Witch because essentially they're taking a risk with this format. This is very important. So now that we're here in the daily login rewards, go ahead and click the 3 bars. We don't have unlocked the mail yet, but you can actually jump into the settings right here, go into other settings, and you can actually input a redemption code. And the redemption code that we're going to be using is from my spreadsheets right here. Thank you to the person who posted this. And let's go ahead and type out the beginning. So go over here, hit confirm, and then now we get like a special frame and we also get some summons to boot, which is really nice. And let's go ahead and jump back into the game. So we have to actually go into 1.3 in order to actually unlock the mail feature. So let's just keep it going. Might as well. Yep. Or let's just do unlock now. So that's going to be really cool. It's like the game's like, hey, you know, you need to do this thing. Actually, I should not have done that. Please do not do what I just did with unlocking her skill because this healer will be easily replaced by the characters that you will get in the near future. We're gonna have to be like level 6. It's gonna be an easy fight against like this Reaper again. He appears quite often like through the chapter like sort of 1 phases. So now we're gonna defend like this Sword Chica against like this double Reaper Scythe guy. I like his weapon. Very unconventional looking, but it looks cool nonetheless. And now we have unlocked the power of 2x speed. Just note there is going to be auto also available, which is really nice. There's a lot of convenience with that. She is going to be our main DPS, this Chica right here in the back. Pretty interesting. Hopefully we can do a little bit of that. The lightning does some pretty significant damage. I like it. I like it. I think this does, oh yeah, that's the weakness damage for this guy right here. Let's just go ahead and keep casting that lightning. I like it when we go in like this sort of like Berserk-esque mode. It's really nice because we deal like a metric ton of damage. And you can see how Mayuel is like very effective. She can cast her lightning very frequently after she triggers like the chaos energy ability. Her normal ability like with AoE is also pretty good as well. And you just want mages because they're just going to deal the most DPS early on. Physical, it's just a little bit harder, but you can totally do it. So we got 15k mana after this stage, which is really nice. Let's jump into the next scene. I guess next scene is known as like the next iteration of the maps. So we get another story shard right here, pretty nice because we're going to need those in order to actually complete the stages for main story. And you're going to also want like these little bulbs because they provide mana. This is just going to be important things as you're going through the tutorial. And then finally, we've unlocked like the auto. So you can see the game's going to be moving much quicker, which I greatly appreciate. And it's like relatively quick to say the least to actually jump into these phases right here. Really nice. We got like the little circles right there so we can get more skills unlocked for all our different characters. Ideally, you get every single chest like throughout the stages because it is going to be, you know, getting you more stuff in the end, and you want as much mana in the beginning as possible so your characters can be as high level as possible. Then open this chest up, hopefully. Oh, shimmering light. Yeah, you definitely need as much of that as possible. Let's go into the next scene. Thank you. And then we're gonna go against this enemy right here. Go ahead and just do the autos. I love Mayuel right now. The fact that she can kill multiple enemies at once. Really nice for the reroll so you don't have to like sit there and try to like single target everyone. I like this account already. I kind of want to keep it for the long term. But we'll see because we're trying to go for the Mynheer reroll in this fashion. Man, this lady's a waifu, you know what I mean? I wish we could roll for her. I'm not sure exactly. I didn't see her as being like one of the rerollable units. but let's go ahead and keep it going. And we'll provide like the physical options for reroll later. I just wanted to provide the magical ones because they're just a little bit more effective. It's going to be a lot harder to run a physical team because the physical tank is a single UR that you can get in the beginning, and then the physical DPS that you want is only a single character that you can get at the very beginning. So right here we have unlocked the ability to essentially jump back. Oh yes, perfect. So I guess that's the point where you can finally claim your mail. That's the part we've been waiting for, so we can finally complete this reroll process. I know it's a little bit intense, but it is so worth it if you can get Mynheer, because your account will be future proof for the longevity of the time you're playing Revive Witch. So all right, she faints right here. That's fine. Hopefully she's okay. Oh, we're gonna go through this, so it's a little bit more story. We're talking about like all the different characters and stuff. Essentially, you're just gonna jump into this corner. It's gonna bring you to a cutscene right here with another Reaper guy that you can fight, and just know everything's on auto, so we don't really have to worry about it. We're gonna make easy work of this guy because everyone's super strong. Look at Mayuel just dealing all of the damage right there. Easy stuff with this boss right here. Hey, victory, thank you. Combat time 11 seconds. Heck yeah, we crushed that, dude. Tap to continue, and hopefully we can skip like the dialogue. All right, there's gonna be another one. All right, this isn't over. Hopefully this Wraith Scythe guy passes out pretty fast as well. Mayuel, do the work. Put him down. We don't need to see him in this fight. There we go. Easy work right there. Mayuel is honestly carrying us. I rolled an account without her. It took forever to do a lot of these fights, so I'm very appreciative of her being here. Yes. All right, we're back. We got main story, like mirror shards, all 5 of them. And now we are finally at the part that I want to be in. So it's going to talk about this commission board stuff. You hit complete, you get some mana. You can complete all of those to get more mana. And then we got to talk to this lady. She's going to hit change. You go through here. I'm pretty sure there's a way to exit out of this. So if you figure out a way to exit out of this, feel free to do so. But now we are finally free. Go ahead and claim the mail right here. So this is the character that we wanted all along. She's the premier healer. Cynthia, hit claim. Now we essentially have the best healer we can get as a free-to-play currently, so that's going to be really nice. If you're wondering how do I know that, you jump into the browsers right here, you go here, you can see Sinatea. She's going to be the top tier healers, and we didn't talk about it, but let's go ahead and cover it really quick. Akasha, she's going to be another character that you can roll for a physical DPS. Just know she's going to be dealing a lot of damage, and then she also has abilities where she can essentially deal subsequent damage. Think of her as a damage over time or dealing multiple stacks of damage, similar to Ushpia, who's going to be one of the better DPSs. And then ideally you also get the other like guardian that you want, which is going to be Caledonia. The only reason why she's like a lower tier is because a Fallen is just really great for mage teams, and Caledonia, physical equivalent like sort of tank, should be in like the top tier and S tier as well, because she can provide heals, and note that she provides physical attacks and also physical defense reduction, and she also has like knockback abilities. Her passives will provide, you know, herself more heals. But honestly, the fact that she can heal all allies with her, I guess, non-chaos energy ability, it's going to be really good. Just know it costs 4 charge, so that's quite expensive. But when we look at Akasha, her skills are, her meteor slash is only 1, but then her arcane luster slash is going to be 4 energy or 4 chaos energy. So let's go ahead and jump back into the game now that we've talked about like the physical characters that you might want, and just know it's going to be hard to roll for those characters because they are both URs. Let's go ahead and summon right here. So we have like that little rainbow shard that we talked about, the large soul cryolite, and let's go ahead and summon for Mynheer right here. See if we can get her. Please glow rainbow. All right, it's going to be blue. So technically speaking, this is not like a good reroll anymore. It's still a fantastic reroll in my opinion, but it's not like the god roll because we don't have Mynheer on this. It's okay. At the end of the day, we get like some copies of characters. Ideally, you do not summon on this one because, you know, Selenia, she's going to be an exclusive summon, and just note that she's going to be physical oriented, and you want the awakening summon right here with Mynheer. I guess you also have some crystals in order to do some summons. So we have like some of these soul cryolites. So let's go ahead and pull a couple. Wait, actually, we use those soul cryolite over here. We're just going to go ahead and summon with all 8 of them because why not? Maybe we can get a rainbow. Let's keep it going. Come on, one more, please. Summon again. Let's keep it going, please. Give me something. I need to see her so this reroll can be done with. Mynheer, please just appear. Oh, it's gold. Can it glow like rainbow? Can it be Mynheer in the background? Can you fake me out? No, it's going to be another copy of Sinatea. That's fine. Dupes are okay. They're not necessary in this game. You can use ascensions that you farm like throughout the game. You don't need actual dupes unless you're trying to upgrade different parts of their skills. So let's go ahead, keep summoning again. Well, not different parts of their skills, but the dupes aren't as necessary for this game as I want to say. So let's go ahead, summon. We have 2 more. Please, one of these. All right, we got Mortimer, the healer of the game. Please, oh God almighty. Rainbow? No, you're hitting me with this. All right, it's fine. At least we got like an SR, some characters right there. But that's going to be the full reroll process. I'm pretty sure you can probably go through the game and get some more soul cryolite in case you want to go about it. You can actually jump into the shop right here, and there's going to be like some packs that you can get for free. So make sure to claim this. It's going to provide some free mana. And you can also get this free costume right here of this character. So that's really nice. So we've inputted the codes. We've shown you like the full reroll process. We've talked about how you can use the multi-instance manager in case you want to do so. I'll leave links down in the description for the BlueStacks download in case you want to reroll with this like multi-instance method, which I highly recommend. It's going to be the most efficient way. That way, in case these 100 summons right here don't work out, you have other accounts that you can essentially use. Huge thanks to BlueStacks for essentially sponsoring today's video. But anyways, if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Once we hit 27,000 fire subs, we're doing a giveaway. Don't forget to input these codes. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a fantastic day and see you guys in the next one.